Good morning, children. Today we will start chapter number 5, Mother's Day, written by J.B. Priestley of our supplementary reader Snapshots. The following play is a humorous portrayal of the status of the mother in a family. Let us read on to see how Mrs. Pearson's family reacts when she tries to stand up for her own rights. So, children, this is a play. It's about a woman. Humorous portrayal. Humorous means it's a little bit comic, comedy, and it tells us about the story of a mother and what is her position in the family, what is her status in the family, and what happens when she tries to stand up for her own rights. Means when she stand up for her status in the family, when she stand up for her position in the family, and what was the reaction of her family. This is all what is there in the play. So let's read it out and find out. Now, first of all, there are the characters. The first character, Mrs. Annie Pearson. She is the main character. The story revolves around Mrs. Annie Pearson. Then George Pearson. George is Annie's husband. Doris Pearson, she is Annie's daughter. Cyril Pearson, she is the son of Annie Pearson. And Mrs. Fitzgerald, she is a fortune teller. कार्ड रीडर्स होते हैं जो कार्ड पढ़ के और फॉर्च्यून बताते हैं. शी इज दैट लेडी. द एक्शन टेक्स प्लेस इन द लिविंग रूम ऑफ द पियर्सन्स हाउस इन अ लंडन सबअर्ब. अब क्योंकि ये प्ले है एंड इफ दिस प्ले इज टू बी इनैक्टेड ऑन द स्टेज, द होल setting is given here ki how the room will look like. The living room of Mrs. Pearson's is shown here and time it is the present. It is the story of a family, Mrs. Pearson's, and she belongs to London. Scene. Now they are showing us whole how the setting of the room will be there. The living room of the Pearson family. Afternoon. The time is of afternoon. It is comfortably furnished, much lived in room in a small suburban semi-detached villa. If necessary, only one door need to be used, but it is better with two. One up left leading to the front door and the stairs, and the other in the right wall leading to the kitchen and the back door. So the living room is shown. It is a comfortably furnished, it is good furnished, much lived in. Much lived in means much used and old. The furniture that is there in the family, it's about that, and it's in a small suburban, it's a villa type house, and if necessary only one door is sufficient, but it will be good if two doors are to be shown. One will go to the up left leading to the front door and the stairs, and the other door in the right wall leading to the kitchen and the back door. So two doors can be shown there. There can be a muslin covered window in the left wall and possibly one in the right wall too. So muslin covered window. So there is one window also in the left wall and it is covered with a thin fabric. Muslin, it's a thin cotton fabric. So that window is covered by a curtain which is made of thin fabric in the left wall and possibly one in the right wall also. Window can be shown. The fireplace is assumed to be in the fourth wall. Now these three walls, they are in front of the audience, and it is assumed since the fourth wall it's not visible to the audience, so it is assumed that the fireplace is there in the fourth wall. There is a settee up right. Settee is a small stool. A small stool is there in the right side. An armchair down left and one down right. One armchair is there in the left side and one armchair is there on the right side. A small table with two chairs on either side of it stands at the center. A small table is there at the center of the room and there are two chairs on both the sides of the stool. When the curtain rises, it is an afternoon in early autumn and the stage can be well lit. So if this play is to be enacted, this is the whole setting of the play, and when the curtain will rise up, it is the afternoon. Since it is afternoon time and it is the early autumn, means it is the beginning of the autumn season, so the stage should be well lighted. There should be full lighting on the stage so that it appears that it is the afternoon time. Mrs. Pearson at right and Mrs. Fitzgerald at left are sitting opposite each other at the small table on which are two teacups and saucers and the cards with which Mrs. Fitzgerald has been telling Mrs. Pearson's fortune. So, when the curtain will raise, two candidates who will be taking the role of these two ladies should be there on the stage. The person, these two are, one is Mrs. Pearson, who is sitting at the right side, and Mrs. Fitzgerald at the left side of the on the small table, and two teacups are there on the table with saucers and the cards also, which Mrs. Fitzgerald always uses because she is a fortune teller. She uses those cards and she tells the fortune of the people. And here at this time she is telling the fortune of Mrs. Pearson's. Mrs. Pearson is a pleasant but worried looking woman in her 40s. Now they are describing the ladies, how they look like. Mrs. Pearson, she is near about 40 and she is a pleasant personality, but right now she is looking a little bit worried. And Mrs. Fitzgerald is older. She is much older than Mrs. Fitzgerald. She is heavier. She is heavy also and a strong and sinister personality. Sinister means evil qualities. A person who has evil qualities. कई लोगों के चेहरे से ही दिखते हैं ना कि बड़े खतरनाक से हैं ये. So Mrs. Fitzgerald is like that. She is smoking and she is smoking also. It is very important that these two should have sharply contrasting voices. Contrasting means both these ladies, they have the voice qualities opposite. Since Mrs. Fitzgerald is a pleasant personality, so her voice is soft, whereas Mrs. Fitzgerald, she has evil-like qualities, so her voice should be a little bit heavy. So Mrs. Pearson speaking in a light, flurried sort of tone. Flurried is a little bit feared, and with a touch of suburban Cockney. Cockney means the east-based London persons. They are known as Cockney. And the accent of there. And Mrs. Fitzgerald with a deep voice, rather Irish perhaps. And Mrs. Fitzgerald, her voice is soft and the accent of her voice is of East London. And Mrs. Fitzgerald, she has a heavier voice and her accent is of Ireland people, since she is Irish. So the accent should be taken care of. Now the play starts. Mrs. Fitzgerald, collecting up the cards. And that's all I can tell you, Mrs. Pearson. Could be a good fortune, could be a bad one. All depends on yourself now. Make up your mind and there it is. Now Mrs. Fitzgerald is telling to Mrs. Pearson side by side. She is collecting her cards also. They were there on the table. She just collected them and she said, this is all what she can tell her. That she told her that this is what is there in your fortune. It could be a bad one. It could be a good one also. And it depends on Mrs. Pearson. Make up your mind means take some decision now. Now she is asking Mrs. Pearson to take up some decision and that's all. Mrs. Pearson, thank you. Mrs. Fitzgerald, I am much obliged. I am sure it's a wonderful having a real fortune teller living next door. Did you learn that out east too? Now from here we comes to know that children, before that you can see the picture also. One is a little bit young lady, the lady which has long hair, she is Mrs. Pearson, and the lady who has a cup in her hand, this is Mrs. Fitzgerald. From the looks also you can see the evil personality of Mrs. Fitzgerald. So when she told her, Mrs. Fitzgerald told Mrs. Pearson, then Mrs. Pearson thanked her and she said that I am very thankful to you and I am sure it is a wonderful having a real fortune teller living next door. Now from here we come to know that they both are neighbors. And then Mrs. Pearson asked Mrs. Fitzgerald that if she had learnt that means the fortune telling, that if she had learned that art from the east too, means because she belonged to east. So if she had learned that art of fortune telling from there. Children, that's all for today. 10 minutes recording is done. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. This is the last chapter of our top syllabus, although it's a little bit lengthy, but we will do small parts so that you can understand it easily. Have a good day.